Well, you know, we have a great lineup of shows here on AZTV7, and it's starting a new season of Maury, and here he is with us. Maury, good morning.
Brad, nice to be with you.
So how's everything going? How are you doing right now?
Well, we're doing fine. I mean, everybody's got, a different kind of life these days, and we're no different. We're making do. I mean, here we are talking to you virtually and things like that. And, that's the way life is these days. So I think most people accept it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it's going to be a little different of a new season for you, too. As we've been talking to a lot of the shows, they've made some different adjustments and stuff, but you're still there to help people maneuver through their crisis in their lives, aren't you?
Yeah, we're doing that. And the show is, as you talked about, it's going to be different this year. It's going to be different in this one big way. We don't have a studio audience. Now, anybody who's watched the show over the last 23 years understands, the live audience in our studio was a very big part of the show, and we don't have that now. But on the new side, and what I consider to be not only different, but in many, many ways better, there's more of an intimate feeling about all this. I mean, I talk to my guests, some in the studio, socially distanced, but many virtually, like this interview. And what we're finding is that there's much more of an intimate feeling between me and the guests, and the storytelling is much deeper. We delve so much more into the story so that the viewers understand these people a lot more than they did when we had a live audience.
Yeah, it sounds like we're going back to the first time we met Maury in this business, where you were doing those one-on-one personal interviews without an audience, and it came through on how much you cared about them. So we're kind of like getting back to that, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. And I think viewers want to know. I mean, if they're going to enlist their time watching these stories, they want to know as much about these people as they can. And now I'm able to do that. And I feel a much deeper connection to our guests than even I did when, they were 2 or 3 feet away from me. And because of the audience and the live audience became part of the show, so they had their place in the show. And now it's just me and the guests. And I find it very, it's become kind of relevant. More relevant than it used to be.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's going to be amazing to watch you to do this show, because again, we're seeing people change their lives through you and see what's going on. Even though you do have a little fun with it, we do know you have a game out about being the daddy, but it's still part of making people better in their lives. This show does with you, so it's amazing. So we're looking forward to it. Any special things we should be looking for this season?
Well, I tell you what we're going to do, and quite frankly, I don't know another show on television that is able to do this. We were always proud of being able to update our stories, 6 months, a year later. This year, one of the early shows, by the way, which starts October 5th, Monday, October 5th, we have taken guests from 20 years ago, DNA stories from 20 years ago, lie detector stories from 20 years ago, out-of-control teenagers from 20 years ago. What happened to them now that they're adults, now that they're parents, now that they're married or not married? Did the fathers get involved in the lives of these kids that they were denying 20 years ago? So I think the viewers at home are going to understand that the show, because it's been around so long, can make a real impact on the difference in people's lives.
Maury, I'm speechless that you guys are pulling those people back in, because there's a lot of great stories there, and I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to this season. I thank you for joining us this morning. You have an open invitation to come here to our show when you come golfing in Arizona, so we like to see you in person.
Thank you. Good to see you.